Good evening, everybody. The update for just went live. So we've got some data mine information to go over regarding the stats of the Festival in Hoshido units, the banner that dropped last night. Actually the skill sets update is live right now. So if you want to start building teams via skill sets, you can totally do that. You may not get the automatic update. I was actually just updating my phone to Android 9.0, and it kind of prompted it after I had updated that. So if you haven't gotten it yet, I don't know about iPhone users. You guys tend to get the updates a little bit later. But if you're on Android and you haven't gotten it yet, go into the Google Play Store and try and download it now, because it may not automatically tell you to update. But for what it's worth, we do have the update. It is live, and so you're gonna want to know that spoilers be ahead, because that's how this works. So just a heads up, we do have some spoilers incoming. So if you don't want to know what the level 40 neutral stats of the Festival in Hoshido units are, this is kind of your last chance. The obligatory spoiler calendar screen is live right now. In the meantime, thank you so much to the Data Mine Press, or Game Press data miners. You guys are awesome and you do great work. And thank you for letting me know that even if I'm going to spend ridiculous amounts of money, I'm just going to throw my wallet into the sun, actually, amounts of money, trying to get, Micaiah alts, at least I'll know whether or not the stats will be good ahead of time. So thank you guys for that. So again, thank you to the data miners over at Game Press. This is what we got. Are we ready? We are going to be looking at Xander, Ryoma, Elincia, and Micaiah in 3, 2, 1. Spoilers are go. All right. So right off the bat, we're looking at Xander, right? So Xander is he's got 38 HP, 35 attack, speed 17, so very slow, very, very slow. Defense 34 and res of 16. This is not really what I was expecting, especially when you think of like a dagger unit or a shuriken unit, whatever you want to call them. I tend to think of them being faster. And he's not an armored unit, he's an infantry unit. But again, he is a dancer, so yeah, I kind of have to like rework my brain because they're not meant to be necessarily potent offensive threats, because they're dance units. They're supposed to give other units another turn, basically. So keeping in mind Dusk Uchiwa plus, I think that's how I butchered that probably, but that is a base attack of 12. I have my notes up, I'm looking at them. And so, I mean, a neutral attack with his weapon, they are, I believe, refinable, and I believe they are inheritable. So remember, this one is effective against cavalry units. That's kind of nice. Neutral attack with weapon before upgrades or refines or whatever, you're going to be looking at 47, which isn't bad. If you get the attack boon, you're going to be looking well. He is very defensive, though. Defense of 34. That's neutral. Good lord. And he also comes with quick repose, so the speed isn't like that big of an issue. And he does have close counter, so any kind of physical presence that he takes on, he's going to be able to tank really well. And he also packs odd defense wave in that C slot. So he does really well as a physical tank, which is nice. So for what that's worth, Xander looks pretty good. Again, the res is not there. The speed, we have quick repose, so that kind of makes up for it a little bit. But yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Let's move on to our next unit, and that would be Elincia. So we have Elincia here. Her neutral stats are going to be at 40. HP 34, attack of 29, speed of 35, so there's that speed that we tend to associate with throwing star dagger units. Defense of 20 and res of 21. So much more modest defenses on that one. Xander was like pumping it out at 34, right? Very different. So her attack is lower. She is faster. So this is what I would kind of think more of like a traditional singer-dancer unit. She does have Cloud Myogi, which I probably butchered that too. This is the dagger weapon that is effective against dragon units. And it is also inheritable and refinable. Again, I think that's the way I think that's how it is for all the weapon skills that we have for these units. And she is the first colored dagger unit that got revealed, which is interesting. She's much more support based. You can tell by the high speed. Very, very modest attack. Again, the weapon is at 12. So neutral, you're looking at 40. What would that be? 41. So not great attack, honestly. But again, this is going to be a unit that you're traditionally giving more of a dancing role to. She does have attack speed push 3, which is really nice. The Rock Slide Dance 2, which buffs defense by 4 and speed by 3. And then you're also looking at Drive Res 2. So between the Rock Slide Dance and Drive Res 2, she buffs a lot of the stats that you're going to be looking at. And then, you know, the attack speed push kind of helps her. Which again, speed is like the best stat that she has. So at the very least, she won't be getting doubled very often, which is kind of nice. But I mean, beyond that, I'm going for all these units. I was so quick to just skip this banner. I was like, you know what? There's good stuff coming. We just had like I just had Summer Cordelia. And this is fine. I'm good. Nope. Here we are. IS knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So, for what that's worth. So, Elincia looks good. Again, she's going to be a unique unit in a sense. She is one of 2 colored dagger users now. She is the only green dagger. And again, her weapon could be very effective. It is inheritable. And it's effective against dragons, which is really nice. But let's not dawdle. Let's move right along here to my dude, Matt Mercer. Listen, say what you want about real malts, right? Everybody who gets a little more Matt Mercer in their life, prime. All right, so level neutral, level 40 neutral stats, blue dagger unit, HP 36, attack 32, speed of 34, defense of 21, and res of 17. That's not bad. Definitely more of, I want to say, offensively potent. Because if you look back at Xander, right, defense 34, attack 35, pretty modest everywhere else. Xander, while he was more physically tanky, Ryoma is similar in the sense that he is more potently offensive with a higher speed stat. So for what that's worth. Res, you know, is always down there. 21 defense isn't bad. It's not terrible. He is going to have that effective against armored foes dagger, Sky Myogi, which is also a 12 base power. So he's looking at 44 neutral attack before refineries and stuff. So, you know, it's not terrible, but again, it's, you know, I feel like a lot of these units are going to be dancer heavy, but they will be very potent for weapon skill inheritance. I feel like they're gonna trade off a lot of these weapons, which is fine, you know. But be kind to your seasonal units, fam. That's the only warning I give. Triangle Adept 3 is his A slot skill. Not great. He does come with chill defense, which is always really, really nice. And then we also have Spur Speed Res 2. And my wife's computer just deedle-dooped at me. So, I mean, a good support unit does have some physical prowess in terms of, like, offense. So, you know, he's still good. And he's a blue dance unit, which I feel like we have Shigure and Azura. I think that's it. Oh no, we have Ninian. We have Ninian. Just kidding. We have multiple Ninians actually. So for what that's worth, the weapon is good. Armor Emblem is definitely alive and well, beyond any kind of sadness that I feel for it. So still a pretty good unit. The stats are all right, you know. 34 speed is getting a boon in that would definitely be nice. Because again, when it comes to like dancer units and stuff, you want to have a more tanky presence, you want to have a more supportive role, and you want to make sure they don't get doubled a lot. So a high speed stat is usually pretty handy with that. But let's move on to our final and my favorite unit, and that is of course Micaiah. I am so psyched for a Micaiah alt. I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad. Take my money, IS. I don't care. So at level 40, her neutral stats are 33 for HP, 34 for attack, speed of 20, defense of 18, and res of 34. So again, we're going to see very similar stats to the regular, normal alt, standard, the original Micaiah. The original Micaiah, the stat spread is very, very similar. Her speed is, I think, considerably lower. I want to say she hits... Well, maybe not considerably lower. Maybe not considerably lower. But, I mean, the speed, she's always had kind of lower speed. It's not great. But she is kind of there to be a nuke most of the times. And res of 34 is really, really strong. So for what that's worth, I am very pleased. She's a red tome unit. I'm okay with that. She's got Yoon, which is amazing. So I'm very happy. Dawn Suzu is an attack base of 14. So at neutral, before refines or whatever, she's going to be looking at 48 attack, which is, I think, a little bit higher than some of her other counterparts for this banner. And it also grants attack plus 3. So at neutral, before refinery, she is going to be above that 50 mark. She's going to hit 51, I believe, with that. Yeah, 48 plus 3, 51, yes. And it's effective against armor and cavalry units, which is amazing. She comes with attack res bond 3, so if units adjacent to an ally, grants attack res plus 5 during combat, which is really what she wants anyway. Those are her highest stats. They are both 34. She's got Fire Flood Dance 2, so if she uses Sing or Dance, she's going to grant attack plus 3 and res plus 4 to target. And she also comes with Res Ploy, which is nice. So she can kind of be a nuke, similar to her, you know, like I said, standard form. Micaiah, she can be very nuke heavy, which is nice. She's not going to double a lot of things. Maybe some armored units, which is what you want to hit most of the time anyway. A lot of cavalry units are typically faster, so that doesn't really help. But she is a very strong nuke, which is very, very nice. And you're going to want to keep her next to units anyway, so attack res bond 3 comes in handy. Overall, I genuinely think like we're looking at a good banner. The theme is really nice. The alts all look amazing. I'm very, very pleased. I'm so happy. I'm genuinely really happy about this banner. So those are the stats. That's what we're looking at right now. I will try and do a summon session right when it comes out. I'm looking at like 50 orbs right now. I've been saving desperately, praying to get, you know, any good thing from the single banners that pop up. I actually, funny story, I got on the last legendary banner, I got pity broken by a Crom a couple times when I couldn't get any blue stones to summon from. And for the Fury banner, I got another Knight Crom as my 5-star free summon. He does have Fury, so I guess that technically fits. It fits the theme, I guess. He wasn't a featured unit, but it fits. So those are the units we're looking at. I'm very excited. I love everything about, you know, the Radiant series, so I'm super thrilled. And keep in mind, I mentioned earlier in one of my videos about who our next legendary hero could be. My top 2 choices were either Micaiah or Lucina. It did end up being Lucina. And the next Cypher set 14, is going to focus on Awakening and Radiant characters primarily. So the cipher theory that I've developed the last couple months is starting to kind of like come to fruition here, because we now had the first, since set 14 got announced, we had a legendary alt. Our first legendary alt since that got announced was an awakening character, and now in the first seasonal banner since that got announced, we're having some radiant characters pop up. So for what it's worth, if you guys are interested in seasonal units and stuff like that, you might want to pay attention to what's going on with Cypher. So I'm very excited about that. I'm just so pumped. We got the Micaiah alt. Everybody looks great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Xander looks great. I want to say, I haven't seen it in the data mine, but during the trailer we did see Xander's mask. So I think we're going to be getting that as an accessory. I think we're going to get that as some kind of like obtainable accessory through quests in the game. Don't quote me, but I think that's going to happen. I haven't seen any data mine information on it yet, but I think that's likely going to happen. So this is the part where I ask you guys, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Additionally, the $25 1,000 sub special giveaway thing is still going on. So if you want a chance at a $25 gift card to either iTunes or Google Play to maybe try and summon on this, that is still live until, I want to say, next Monday or Tuesday, somewhere around there. But it is live through this weekend for sure. And if you've already signed up, I think, oh my, that was, I can't turn my phone. All my settings are different because my operating system is updated. If you've already entered, keep in mind that I believe you get 1 free entry a day. I think I set it up like that. So be sure to check back every day if you want like an extra entry. Totally up to you. But the link for that, for the Gleam contest, will be in the description below. Feel free to go check that out. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I'm super excited about this. And I will catch you next time.